maybe it's too. This is the this is the this is the report. This should be later on. I don't know what. Oh, hey, Instagram, it's me, T from the past. I'm taking the train to Tibet. I'm debating. Debating with myself as usual. You know, John Henry Clark, that T-shirt. I had the T-shirt. Did I leave it? I think I left it in South Africa, Southern Africa. It says, as John Henry Clark says, I think that's like that. It doesn't say I, it starts with only. Only debate my equals. All others I teach, or some others I teach. I only debate myself. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just the way it is. Okay. Just in case. So James, not a lot of James. Did James know? Well, I was like, yeah, James of where does James live in Queens? James of Queens. Okay, no, musician James. Let me be more specific. I know a lot of musician James. Saxophone James. Okay, I know that's not your name, but you're right now. If you're just going to start, I will explain everything. On Mondays is when I explain me and stuff like that. What this is all about, right? What I do, right? Today is a Wednesday, which means it's a world day. I talk about things of the world, right? On Thursdays, tomorrow, it's audio drama day. Oh, you know me, man. You've been in one of the most famous audio dramas I done did. So you know what I'm talking about. It's audio drama day. Friday, it's like a week wrap up or whatever I missed during the week. Saturdays is whatever comes to my head. On Sunday, I do a reading and then I riff off the reading. Lately, since I'm in India right now, I'm doing Tagore, the poet Tagore, blah, blah, yeah. Don't worry about that. On Mondays, it's Me Day, like I mentioned. On Tuesdays, it's basically the States, what's happening in the States Day. Okay, so this is a world day. But every morning, I do a thing called a Grand Rising Report. What it's supposed to be, which is what I'm debating now, what it's supposed to be is that I whatever happened in the last few days, or maybe I'm around projecting into the future. I guess maybe projecting into the future. Anyway, then I report on that. It's a grand rising. Because it's a grand. Right now we're in Blue Light. Oh, shout out to Blue Light Brigade. You all know who you are. You know what we got to do. Because it's going to be sunrise pretty darn soon here in Oroville, Tamil Nadu, India. So anyway, I don't know. Okay, I learned several things last week. As well, on Monday, I went to the beach for sunrise. Grand rising, at the beach because we're on the east side. Bay of Bengal and some ocean is out there too. Whatever. So I was there. I was sitting there, set up my camera, did a thing from there like that. And there's a college close by, so a lot of kids come. Younger college guys, college peoples come to the beach. But I was there first. I had there very early, so I was there alone. I was setting up and just chilling right before they all come up on time. Make sure they get it right. Then this guy looked like a taxi guy came and just stood there. I said, okay, fine. I didn't think nothing of it. And then when was it? Then later on, was it yesterday? Yes, someday I was talking to somebody. I said, I went to watch the sunrise at the beach, and he said, oh yeah, you don't swim in the beach, So I said, oh no, they don't. The police don't allow you to swim. No place, the beach they don't allow you to swim. I said, oh, that's what I got. I thought it was a taxi guy, but the police and the taxi people wear the same kind of brown uniform, right? So anyway, something. Well, but he was talking about. Oh, it was this guy named Che. We call him Che. Don't worry. So he explained this. He said that we don't swim. That was Monday night. I was at the reading. Malcolm gives a reading. He reads Gibran every Monday, and then we talk about that book. At the library, the Oroville Library. I like that situation, right? Anyway, so we was talking, and I said, but he's touring like this. Oh man, we can't swim. Then I said, oh, I know what it is. It started because Malcolm don't swim. Malcolm is an American African. He's a black guy here in Oroville. There's only two of us that I know. Only two? two American Africans here. And he lives here, right? Anyway, the point is, so that's how we started talking about swimming. But I realized, I said, oh, I know what it is. If something happens out there, and especially it's the festive season, people get drunk and they'll drown, so they don't allow them to go. And you notice a lot of the Indians, they will have they'll be fully clothed, something like that. They only go about so far, they're not swimming like I told them about Zipolite, Mexico, when I was, it's called Zipolite, Mexico, Danger Beach, and they had to get, in fact, some kid died one year, and the family went and made it so that they hired a lifeguard or whatever. But there ain't no lifeguards in these this Indian beach, so they don't allow you in the water because people don't know, they don't swim, so they don't know. If a riptide takes you out, you're supposed to just chill. It'll deposit you someplace. You know what I mean? But they don't know that. They don't swim. They don't swim like that. There is a swimming pool. I know because this other guy, Che, he was taking swimming lessons. He's taking swimming lessons. The point is, right? It makes sense, right? It makes sense. Everything, interesting enough, everything in India, if you really stop and think, it makes sense on some level. Some level, it makes sense. It just makes sense, be it a spiritual level, blah, 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 blah. So now I talked a little bit about the world. Well, here's our debate. And whenever you see me wear my green, this is my Ògún cap, right? And this is the green side. Reverse it, it's a black side, and it has a red dot. I call it my Ògún cap because Ògún, part of it comes from the Yoruba, Nigerian culture. Anyway, and when it got up to the north, when it went to Cuba and got to North America, then it became the colors. Well, Ògún's colors in Nigeria originally is blue. When the culture or the religion went to Brazil, it became blue and white. So in Brazil's colors are blue and white. Like this. Think of it like this. See, this is a candle. This is my creative candle. In the mornings when I'm writing stuff, I have this on, right? So this is blue. This is blue and white. So that's like, condom blade. That's the condom blade one. Blue and white. And then whenever we got black, green with a little bit of red. So that's what this is. Everybody thinks it's communism. Right? I let people think what they will, which is back to what I was saying. I'm like Kendrick Lamar, right? There are layers to me. And whatever people are seeing, I let them see what they see. But there are layers to me, okay? Okay, forget that part. That's a Monday talk. So the green side, this green one, I think the green part, beret, tam, whatever y'all call it. I wear it because up in the Sahels, the Sahel states, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, right? They have the three cats there, right? The Burkina Faso guy, he has a red. I'm messing up. He's red. Yeah, he has a red beret, I think. The Niger guy has a brown beret. Is it red or is it black? Yeah, he has a red beret. Has a brown beret, and the Mali guy has a green beret. Now, here's the thing. This is the interesting thing. I'm like the support guy. The right hand man, the lieutenant to the captain kind of thing. The second in command kind of thing. And I enjoy that position, right? I've been all my life. I've been a second born, the whole thing. It just feels right to me, right? I'll be hanging out with people like. It's just the way I am, right? Now, everybody is fixated, as well you should be, as our commander-in-chief is Captain Torre, right? Now, he's actually a captain. He gets paid a captain's salary. He doesn't take the salary of the head of the country or something like that. He's our commander-in-chief. That's the commander-in-chief. Now, the next guy, well, let me leave the Niger guy out there, because I like the Mali guy, Assimi Goita. Now, Assimi Goita, he has a green cap, so this is how I'm repping him, and he's a colonel, so he's Colonel Goita, right? Now, here's the thing. Here's very interesting. If you look talk about second in command. If you look in the military, forget the chief of staff, the general. Forget the 4th, 5th, so whatever. The next general up, before you get to be a general, you're colonel, right? Now, general is like it's football season. It's a football season ended. But when you become the head coach, it's different than being one of those other coaches, right? The head coach now also they got to do the administration. They got all kinds of responsibilities. They got to be political. Blah 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 blah. Right? Well, the colonel, right? A colonel, he the one. Somebody calls somebody the colonel. I mean that cat. No, he's not there for no political thing. He there for war. He here to win the battle. That kind of thing. You see? In fact, the colonel I met the last cat that carried the nuclear football that he could press himself and not wait for the president. But the first general of the United States Air Force was Chappie James, right? Daniel Chappie James. We call him Chappie James, right? Now when I met him, he was a colonel, right? And I met him at, there was a thing, this is 1973, around at that point. I was in the Air Force, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of us airmen were at the Air Force Academy. There was some function happening there, and I somehow got there, right? So Chappie James, remember, he brought all the black airmen together. We had a little discussion, right? Remember, he's colonel at the time. And colonels really, they said, okay, ready to retire. We figured, so somebody asked him a question. Well, what are you going to do when you leave the Air Force? Basically, when you retire, because he had in his brain that he was going to be no general, right? And because here it is at sunrise. See the light at sunrise. So in his mind, I think he's going to retire. So you know what he said to us? I'm going to Africa and I'm going to teach. He didn't say the country. I'm going to teach him how to fly fighters or whatever, how to fly aircraft, how to fly fighters, right? That's what he said. Well, he never made it to Africa. He whatever. They made him a general. That's why he's the first general of the Air Force. Now think about that. He didn't know it was going to happen. We didn't know it was going to happen. I don't know. Conspiracy theory, I don't know. Maybe somebody was listening to that meeting, maybe, because back then they were paranoid. When black people got together, oh man, in McGuire Air Force Base, I started, one of the people that started this group called the Black Caucus. It was the whole base. The base had Marines over there, Navy, Army, Air Force. It was a special kind of thing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we brought them all together. It started, they called Black Caucus. We did community work with these. Don't matter. But the point is, they got nervous, man. They were like really nervous. They said the highest ranking cat on the Air Force base was Colonel Stanton. His name Stanton. Yeah, Stanton. Yeah, that's his name. And he was he was the head of the SPs, the Special Police. Well, that's military. Special Police, right? So they wanted to send somebody over to us to talk to us, because we had regular meetings, to talk to us, right? Well, I guess they deemed that Colonel Stanton wasn't quite, well, he was on the base, so we said, yeah, we know, hey, Colonel, blah, 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 blah. They went next door because McGuire Air Force Base is surrounded by Fort Dix, and there was, that's where Rawson, but Fort Dix, they went next door and got the general from over there, who happened to be a black guy, that was Colonel Becton. Not just, Colonel Becton. He was a second head of FEMA when he finally retired. That's not the point. So he came over. They thought they was going to press us. We the Black Caucus. We named after the Black Caucus, the political Black Caucus, but we were really the Black Caucus. We did work. We did political work. And anyway, doesn't matter. So I guess they thought that a general was going to impress us. Well, like he came into the meeting, and now you have to remember they know who's who. They knew who I was. I was by the door, right? I was by the door. I was just chilling by the door, seeing what's going on. This and that, because people need my voice. They like that. And the meeting got contentious. I don't know if I asked a question. I don't even know if I was involved with that. I just stand by the door. Maybe I did. I guess I'm always blah, blah, blah. So I must have said, ask something, right? But I wasn't. Everybody else just jumping on this board. And he got so frustrated This is a general in the United States Army. He got so frustrated. He stormed out the meeting. And like I said, I was about to do it. And just before he left, he got right in my face. He says, "You will never destroy this country. I'll see you behind you. You'll be behind the fence or the bar or something like that." And then he stormed out. I'm going like, what the heck? I wasn't even old. I didn't make him leave. What? Because they know. So I go back to the colonel thing. So for me, Assimi Goïta, the head of the guy that's interim president of Mali, a colonel, right, is my man. Everybody, that's my man, right? So I had to do this. His numbers. It's kind of interesting. Well, I'm not doing the world's numbers, but Assimi, if you do the numbers, like A is 1, S is 1, I is what? I is 9, M is 4, then there's another I. It adds up to 25, which adds to the lowest common net, is 7. It adds up to 7. His last name, Goïta, the G is 7, O is 6, I, but it has a double thing on top of it. That's how you pronounce it. I is 9, T is 2, A is 1, adds up to 25, 7. So his first name adds up to 7, his last name adds up to 7. That's a spiritual number, right? But if you put them both together, 7 and 7 is 14. That adds up to 5, which is like 5. That's an extreme. Those are your extremists. So I wouldn't mess with Assimi Goïta. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mess with him at all, right? I don't know about the other cats. I did their numbers because I'm interested in him, right? And then I did then I did his birth number. He's the November 9th, 1983. So his life path number adds up to a 5. Come on, think about it. His life adds up to a 5. That's an extreme. So Mali is in good hands is what I'm trying to say right about now. And he's my guy. That's who I'm following. And I'll talk. I don't think I'll talk about it tonight. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you that information because it's a Grand Rising report. I just reported. So you'll be well. Later on tonight, I do the regular world thing, and I think I will talk about Sahel tonight. I think. Right. Colonel Goïta, my man. Talk to you later.